Hey guys, welcome to an Ace review. I'm going to be reviewing Toy Shield's protective cases for the vintage Kenner Superpowers figures, the DC hero figures from the 80s. These are a collector's favorite, and we're going to take a look at these very displayable protective cases. So I'll kind of give you a quick look at them. They display really nice. We'll look at some of the features of them. So first, I like how they just completely display the figures in a nice crystal clear and very durable. It's not a thin plastic. It's a nice, just what you want. It's not a hard acrylic, and it's not like what the actual bubble for the actual figure would be. It's a little more durable than that. This is a two-piece tabbed protective case. I'll show you here in a minute. And I like how it's a nice open front. There's not like a separate bubble that goes over the actual bubble of the figure. It's just all open, as you can see, and gives a nice displayable look. Now these can be displayed flat. You can see the surface there. So you can put them up on a shelf or on your desk or wherever you want to. It also has a nice hang tab like a punch in the card there. So that's nice too, so you can peg them on the wall if you want. These are also stackable for storage. You can stack these guys up. Pretty nice. And but you don't want to box up your Superpowers figures. You want to keep those guys out. So I mentioned it's a two-piece, so you can kind of pull it apart, and you have the bottom piece here. You notice these little tab indents around. On the other piece, the bulk of the protective case, you have these little tabs around here. So how this works is you have this nice little ledge, like an edge that goes around the tops and sides of the figure, and then you can lay that in there, and it's a custom fit just for these figures. It also will fit some of the various sizes, some of the foreigns, you know, like the Estrella, Lil Letty, Pacipa, etc. Some of those sizes and cards do vary a little bit. Some of them are thinner or a little different size. So, and then that just clips together. Like I said, you have these little tabs that kind of clip in together to keep it so it clips real nice and tight. And you can have a look at that. It's a very nice plastic that you can see through real nice, like I said, for display. So I really like them. They're very nice. The other feature that I wanted to mention on there is that because of that edge that goes around, if your figure is kind of the card on the figure is kind of bent or kind of rounded or whatever, this kind of works on straightening it out, because it has like that about a 1/4 inch around the whole thing that actually straightens it, keeps it flat. And that is a really nice feature. A definite plus for collectors. And one card that does not fit in the Superpowers collection is Darkseid. So, however, the suggestion is that you get the Toy Shield also does the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle Playmates figures protective cases, and that's just about the perfect size for it. It's a little bit bigger, but the card is too big to fit in the regular Kenner Superpowers. So this one will fit in nicely. So if you do want to display your Kenner Darkseid figure, you will have to up the size. You can see how it's a little bit more space on the edges there. So that's nice that works out well. And this does work on some other figure options. Let me show you real quick. Okay, we're back. I just wanted to show you, like, for instance, the Kenner Robin Hood Prince of Thieves figures. They're pretty much the same card shape. You can see how it's cut off at the edges, but it will fit the Superpower version here. The SP1 cases. And there's other lines with the Kenner figures that will fit. And let's see here. Here's a vintage toy. I have a Play School Glow Friend figure. Which fits nicely in there. It has the edges on the sides. It's a skinnier card, so, but it does display nice in there. So that's pretty cool. And then also something else I noticed while I was messing around with other size carded figures. Another thing that kind of fit in there. Now again, these are custom made for the Kenner Superpowers vintage figures, but it was just kind of fun to see what other kind of stuff that they fit with. Black Series, it kind of fits in there just like that so that it will stay floating, and in there I think it looks pretty nice. If you want to keep it, especially so you can wipe dust off of it easier, since they have like that hang tab that you can just fold in there. So anyway, it's just another option that you can kind of mess around with these. Now there are different sizes that Toy Shield is coming out with, and or they might be out at the time that you're watching this review or upcoming. Just some ideas that they're tossing around. So they have the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle with several different sizes for some of the different lines that came out, that Playmates put out. And also some of the Kenner Batman figures from the 90s, like the Dark Knight collection, the Batman Returns figures, etc. There'll be some Toy Shield cases for that. I think they're wanting to come out with the vintage He-Man and She-Ra, the Masters of the Universe and Princess of Power figures, 90s Marvel figures and Toy Biz figures, the real Ghostbusters by Kenner, and also some of some modern stuff like Funko Pops, and also I believe the larger size Hot Wheel cars, like you can get Batmobiles and stuff like that. So that's cool. I look forward to seeing what designs they come up with. I like how Toy Shield is kind of a step up from a lot of protective cases. It's like they say, for collectors by collectors, and you can really tell in this that it's what a collector will want for these figures, to display them and to preserve them well in the Toy Shield case. So I highly recommend them. You can go to toyshield.com. Check them out. Check all the upcoming stuff there, and thanks for watching my review, and you guys have a wonderful day. See ya.